Alright, so we're going to be taking apart my Xbox One X. So let's start off with the tools that you'll need. So you'll need a T10 and a T9, and that is all you'll need. And they basically just look like this. And it's got the security hole in the middle. I got some tweezers that I just found laying around, and you might need a knife, a pocket knife. They always come in handy. Here's another mini screwdriver just in case. I'm gonna use this duster that I bought at Walmart today. It's like pressurized gas. It's a dust remover, and I believe that is all the tools. And then I have these shop towels. These are mainly for grease, but any kind of towels would work. Paper towels or rag or anything like that. So the purpose for me doing this is because my Xbox has been making like squeaking noises, and it might be something like major, but hopefully not. Alright, so let's start with the back of the console where you have all your ports. So on one side there's going to be one screw right here, and then on the other side there'll be a sticker, and right under the sticker on that circle area is where you'll find the second screw. So you'll only need to remove 2 screws to remove the top shell of the Xbox. Okay, so once both of those screws are removed, if you're looking at the Xbox like this, all you'll need to do is just put your hand up here or anywhere and just kind of pull it out. Here, you'll see my hand motion. So like that, it'll come. You need to like pull it forward, and yeah, you'll see a gap back here. And then once it gets pushed back, you can just lift it from this side, like the right side, and kind of just work your way around like that. Let me see. Yeah, there it goes. Yeah, and the reason you want to start with this side first is because if you notice on this other side, there's like this huge bump right here. So it's a lot easier if you just take this part off and then remove the whole thing. Okay, so next, you'll notice that there's going to be screws on here that have like a very flat surface. So you want to take out all the screws that have like a super flat surface. So it's going to be this one right here. It's going to be this one down here, right there. And then that one right there. Put my finger over it, and then there's one back here. And then finally there's one right in the middle. You're going to want to come over here and remove 2 more screws right here. Yeah, and you'll just want to pull this back, basically. And what I noticed is that the foam right here gets separated. Let's see if I can focus in on that. Yeah, there's like a little foam piece that had like an adhesive, and it's kind of like ripped now, but it's fine. Okay, sadly, the next thing that we need to do is remove this cable right here. So let me focus in real quick. Alright, so before we remove this cable, there's actually a little tab right here. So you want to stick like your fingernail from the back. Yeah, so the tab, you just pull it up like that. You put your fingernail under it and go up. Yeah, you want to make sure that's up before you take the cable out. And we're going to take the cable out with the tweezers that I showed earlier in the video. If you have the same size tweezers as me, you can actually just you can kind of just pull the shell down just enough for you to get the tweezers right under there, and then you can just grab the whole cable and pull it out. So yeah, now that that is pulled out, we can actually remove the bottom shell now. Alright, so what I did is I just flipped over the console, and it's the back part that's going to come off first. So the side with the hardware, or not the hardware, the back side with all the plugins, that's going to get pulled out first, and then you can kind of just pull it forward or just wiggle it around until it comes off. Okay, what we're going to want to do next is remove 2 more screws. So if you're looking at it like this, there's the fan right there. It looks like a Google Chrome browser, honestly. So there's 2 screws right here. Yeah, so I just had like an upward motion to it the whole time and kind of just like wiggle it around. Alright, and with that, we have all of our hardware in here. I've never seen the inside of my Xbox One X before. I've taken apart some old 360s that I used to have, and that's pretty much it. I've never really seen the inside of an Xbox One for myself, especially the X model. But yeah, you can see there's like a lot of dust collected, a lot of parts here on the side. Look at that, I just put my fingernail up there. You can see the black. Oh yeah, it looks really bad there. All right, so we can stop here. We can stop here and we can actually clean out a pretty good portion here, but I actually want to get a little deeper though into this. So what I want to actually, my goal is to remove this fan. So in order to do that, we're gonna have to remove the power supply. Now in order to remove the power supply, if we flip the console over to the other side, we're gonna find these two screws right here. So those are gonna have to be removed to remove the power supply. And before I do that, let me just let you know that this disk drive is laying right on one portion of the power supply, so you're gonna want to just lift it up and over out of the way. But for now, since I'm going to be taking out the screws, I'll leave it on there. Okay, so like I said, up and over with the disk drive, and then the actual power supply can or should be able to come off now. You kind of just need to wiggle it out of here. Alright, that was kind of scary, but okay. I guess it was just settled in pretty well in there. Okay, so from here, be very careful because there's a connector right here. So you want to, and just to let you guys know beforehand, this has like an adhesive, so just be careful with it. So yeah, I want to pull that out of the way. And the next part now would be to remove the disk drive connector. Okay, so this big one right here, the big gray one, you can actually just do that with your fingers. So yeah, there you go, that's that. And then this other connector right here, let's see, might need some needle nose pliers for that. Alright, now it's counterintuitive, but I found it best to grab it from the short edges, or no, I found it best to grab it from the long edges instead of the short edges. So this is what I'm talking about. So yeah, I'll just set this now. I am very disorganized now, but you know, I'll figure it out. Okay, so now that the disk drive is out of the way, we can actually now remove the fan. Now, in order to do that, there's going to be one more screw that we're going to have to remove. So it's the screw closest to the, let's see, it's like right under the USB ports. Yeah, so it's the screw right under those USB ports. Alright, so I removed that screw, and now this should be able to just come off. Let's find out. Oh yeah, one last thing. There's a connector right here. Now, this is super dusty. That is gross. Yeah, there's a connector right there. So you're going to want to grab your needle nose pliers one more time. And there you go, guys. I just pulled it out. And wow, I think I was right to remove that because look at all this dust. There's a lot of cleaning that needs to be done here. And yeah, this is dust that I couldn't really just use the canned air, which is over here, the duster, because I mean this is like stuck on there. Like it takes my fingernail to get that off. So I'm gonna need to, I don't know, throw this in some down, or that's not a good idea, guys. Don't do that. But yeah, just you want to make sure you're pretty thorough with this. Make sure it's clean. Seriously, look at all that. And then down here, this is like probably worse. On the heatsink, it's a whole lot of dust on here collected. Alright, for the first time in my life, I actually see the Scorpio with my own eyes. That is actually super cool. So I believe this is a part of like every Xbox One X. This should come with every Xbox One X, a little Easter egg. So it's a Master Chief riding a Scorpio. That's actually cool. I saw a lot of videos about this, but I never actually like, you know, cared enough to open up my Xbox. But now that I have a reason to do it, I mean, that's pretty cool. Alright guys, so I've been using Q-tips and the air dusts simultaneously. So what I'm starting to think now, since it's actually very difficult anyways, even removing this, is actually, so I just found out that there's one screw there. There was another screw right there. I took that one off already. And there's another screw right here. So there's a total of 3 screws that I'm gonna go ahead and remove. Now you can do this if you want to, but at your own discretion, of course. And once those screws get removed, just know that there are tabs all around. So like there's one tab right here, and then there's one on the opposite side, and then there's one, there should be another one here somewhere. No, I think those are it actually. Yeah, and that top portion just came off. So that's something that I just figured out, so that's pretty crazy. So that is the best I could honestly get this fan. There's still areas like in here that still need to be cleaned up, but I might just leave it like that unless I can find another tool to clean that. But for the most part, this looks really good already, actually. I brought back that blackness in the plastic, which is cool. It's not as much dust in here as there was before. I blew a lot of dust away with that air dust can, so yeah, so I should be good now. And yeah, so I'm gonna wrap this up and we'll start putting this back together. Alright, so I found this brush that, I'm not sure what this is called exactly. There's a name for it, but I'm not sure what it is. But this can actually reach into these hard to reach places. So like right here, it can go like all the way towards the end right there. If you can see that, you can just pull it, push it in and out on these very tight spaces. It actually works very well. So actually, I think I'm gonna have the fan like 98% like dust free. So that would be pretty cool. So yeah, I'm gonna do that for all the edges in here, and it should look good as new. Alright, so let's remember that this piece went as so. And yeah, this is like super clean now. Like look at that on camera, and you can actually rewind the video and see how it was before. Wow, this is really cool. This Google Chrome looking piece is going right over that right there. Just know that there's this hook that goes like right on these wires of the power supply. So make sure that goes in there. There you go. So now the wires are hooked right there. And now we can put this connector back. Make sure not to twist your wire too much. I've twisted it a whole bunch of times, but it should be fine. Alright guys, I actually screwed up. We're gonna remove this power supply. So the DVD drive was supposed to go after the fan. Sorry about that. Sorry about that, but we're gonna want to move this back so we can actually find out where the DVD drive goes. Alright, and this sits right over. So yeah, it goes just like that. There you go. Beautiful, just beautiful. Alright guys, so just remember the power supply took 2 screws on the other side, and the fan hardware took 1 screw on the other side. So let's make sure we address that. And as you're flipping the console around, you want to make sure you keep like one hand right here, just so everything doesn't fall out. This back side goes in first. It's got like padding in the back. And then this kind of just slides in the DMs. I really hope these are the right screws that go on here. So yeah, so this is gonna be the next part. It's gonna go on, the thing with the little jiggy bobber looking thing. Alright guys, so it looks like I got it back on there pretty well. So yeah, that's the first one you want to make sure that goes in. Alright, and there you go. That is all back to normal. And now, I put all the long screws back in. Now you want to do all the long screws. You want to screw them all in, obviously. Put them all right there. It's actually a really cool shot. Now for some reason, this is always like the hardest part for me to put back on. I don't know what it is, but one thing you want to make sure is, you want to make sure that this side goes in first. Basically, it's gonna go in like crooked because you want this side to go in first, and then after you know that this side is secure, make sure the other one goes in as well. And it's very flexible. You can bend it. So yeah, it'll look like that when you put it on the shell, but you'll have to push it back like that. And finally, we have one screw here, like from the beginning of the video, and one screw right here where the sticker was. Alright guys, so the Xbox actually turned on, thankfully. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Stay safe out there and have a good one. It's like almost 1 in the morning over here. It's crazy. Oh, it's up there. It's almost 1 in the morning. I'm tired. Alright guys, I had to open up my Xbox again because my front USB port wasn't working, which is this one right here. I was wondering why it wasn't working because I usually use it to like charge my batteries and all that. But the back two USB ports do work. But here's the thing. What I just realized is I think it's this connector right here. So this one right here where it had 2 screws, there's like this bottom portion. And I think that's supposed to like line up or go into this connection right here. So I think that's what I messed up on when I was putting this back together. So yeah, make sure that aligns properly when you install this.